Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your ultimate destination for pop culture, royal, political, all kinds of celebrity tarot readings. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we are going to take a look at the aftermath of the Golden Globes. So Meghan Markle, as I predicted, was not at the Golden Globes. I do not think that she was invited. I think she's having a hard time getting any invites in Hollywood to anything. However, the Suits reunion, Gabrielle Macht, Patrick J. Adams, Sarah Rafferty, and Gina Torres were all there. And there is some serious shade from Gina Torres in a carpet interview. They said, who called Meghan? And she said, we don't have her number. Or actually, was that Torres that said that? Yes, I believe it was Torres who said that. That they don't have her number. Nonetheless, there were jokes made from the MC. As predicted, I said I didn't think that she would be invited. I think she's more trouble than she's worth at this point, and they just don't. Hollywood just does not want to get involved at this point. Sorry about that. My camera was a little bit wiggly. So we're going to take a look at what the aftermath is today. So as always, these readings are my own psychic predictions, my own psychic downloads. They are not carved in stone. You can take it or leave it. You should always do your own research. If you want to get your own magical reading, there is a link in the bio down below, or the description down below. I'm also gearing up for another 12-week session of my Tarot 101 class. It is a beginner class for anyone who wants to learn tarot just the way I did without struggling for the first 5 to 10 years reading book after book. Offer personal coaching as well. So let's get started. Let's get right into this reading. I know one of my viewers was like, your intro is a little long, and that's okay. I will take constructive criticism all day long. So let's get into this. I, of course, have my Yorkshire Red at the ready. Forever indebted to whomever told me about the Yorkshire Red and Amazon for letting me buy it. I'm going to use the deck of the week. This week, it is the Tarot of the Owls. So I did put a community post on both Facebook and YouTube with a link to this. It's an Amazon affiliate link. But I love this deck. I don't use it enough. I think it's really charming. I have some new decks on the way. So let's see how Meghan is feeling about the shade that was thrown at her. And then we'll look at Harry. How does Meghan feel about it? Oh, goodness. King of Cups in reverse is basically, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. I think we're getting both of them. They are both not happy. They really do feel like this interfered with their ability to move forward in Hollywood as celebrities, as notable persons in that Hollywood world. So this, if there was ever being put on notice, this is being put on notice. You're not welcome here. We're not going to entertain your kind of nonsense. So that's not so nice. I think the realization is sinking in. We do have this Hanged Man here. And the Hangman is about, and actually the Hangman is the card of the day for my, for people that are on my Discord. So when we get the Hangman, it's about balancing the nature of our emotional, animalistic side and our logical side. But it's more than that. It's not about balancing it. It's about considering it logically and seeing how our actions and behaviors have affected others around us, or the world around us, or the world that we've created. So it's really, this is a come to Jesus moment. This is when we have to really look carefully at how we've behaved and how it is affecting us. Now, the Empress in reverse is a non-starter. This is someone who's not creative. Our Empress is the font of creation. She is the one who gives birth and brings things into the world. And this does not have to be exclusively children. I don't want people to get confused with the Empress card and think, well, it always means mama. This means cultivating and nurturing and lavishing your attention, affection, a good quality affection on something. When we get it in reverse, we get a little bit of mommy dearest here. So this is more of a disruptive, overbearing kind of control. So I think while we are looking at how things have been affected, I think overbearing control is coming in. This is kind of par for the course with them. And while I did say this was going to be Megan's reading, I think we are getting a clear picture of both of them in this point. This death card, which is in our shadow self, our under the covers kind of vibe for what's going on in their world. And this death card says that they have to transition to something else. The 9 card up here, our 9 of Swords, is in the upright. A great card. That's, you've battled, you've overcome, but you're kind of going to your own quarter. It's between rounds for a boxer that's on top of things. He's doing well. He's holding his own, but the bell rings, ding, ding, and they go to their own corners for a little bit of a rest. It's not winning the war in all cases, even though it is a 9, and 9s indicate endings and completion, whereas 10s will usher in the new things. The 9 in this case is really, you're not really finished with the war in this case when it's in reverse. We are really between battle markers. The intent is going, I don't want to completely lay it at her feet, but the intent is to keep going with this, to keep pursuing, to keep pressing forward with their truth, so to speak. So let's clean these guys up and take a look at what Harry is thinking. And I hope you're loving on this deck. I do love it very much. It's not a super hard cardstock either, just to give you a little review on the deck. I really do love it. And I'm sorry that I haven't been using it. Nice bright colors. Feels very springy to me. I've got 2 new decks coming because Gregopedia discovered that tarot decks are really inexpensive at Timo. He's ordered me a bunch. I also found this rock and roll deck and I ordered it for myself. I'm going to take a look at it. It's got like, it's got Phil Lynott in it. Lynott. I always said Lynott, but then I heard someone say Lynott. So he's from Thin Lizzy. Great rock star. So, all right. So let's see here specifically what Megan's thinking. We're going to do a Celtic Cross on this one because I want to get a high level view. I like the Celtic Cross for a high level view. So we're just going to focus on her specifically, see what she's thinking, because this castle in the sky, ooh, strength. She does not want to sit down. No, she's really angry. This is devastating to her. I mean, we've got a Tower card already in our final outcome. We've got the 5 of Cups. Dreams did not come true. So those of you that follow me, last week I was doing a bunch of Celtic Crosses on here, which I rarely do. I rarely do. So this position for me is always the suitcase card. It's what we take into the future with us. And she's taking all that rage and emotional irregularity, unregulated emotion. She's taking those into the future with her because she thinks that her rage and her dissatisfaction really does take her a long way. Her outrage is one of the things that's going to define her, I think, going into the next year. There's a lack of patience here. She is really disgusted at how Hollywood has responded to her. This is the Strength card. She is not using her best abilities to go forward and be fruitful and successful. She really has beaten the dead horse to the point where it's just a grease spot. The Page of Wands is crossing her. The problem, what's holding her in place, is that she really doesn't have any original ideas. The ideas that have been presented to her, she has rebuffed. She hasn't wanted to follow directions of those that are in a better position than her. She thinks the unique position of being an actress and then being a royal give her a dubious perspective that no other person can advise. She really says, well, my experience. That's really the level here. She is refusing to wave the white flag and lay down. This world card is in reverse. She is refusing to see anything other than the vision that she has created for herself. She cannot absorb the negative opinions of others in the world. She just can't absorb it. It's just incredibly hard for her to reconcile that. So she just can't believe that no one likes her. She just can't believe it. Under the surface, this moon card, these are she's really stuffing down the perceptions of others, the opinions of others. She's really stuffing it down and does not want to let that come to the surface. So if we're talking shadow self in this position, we're talking conscious mind in this position, what we see out in the open, down here, she's just really fighting what she knows, what she feels in her gut. Six of Swords, she's like, well, that's fine. We'll just move on from Hollywood. We don't need those creeps anyway. There's a very sour grapes kind of vibe coming on here. So, I think that's something that's very typical of her personality that we've seen thus far. When she doesn't like something, she does walk away from it pretty abruptly and slams the door behind her. Friendships, working royal positions, that kind of thing. I think she really is. And I do think she did this to a certain extent with Deal or No Deal, because she was a little bit brutal, in the aftermath of that, and kind of suggesting that there was some impropriety on the part of people that were working on that project, which is, if it's true, you have to do it. But if it's not true, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of consensus on that opinion. How others are seeing, and this is how she sees herself, that Six of Swords, moving on to something different. She's trying to create something different. Now, if you saw my video the other day, I do think that they're going to make a move to try and adopt a third baby. I think that is going to be the next thing, because it's going to make them seem kinder and more generous. I think that is our next move here, which is unfortunate, because I don't think that that's a good idea. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Others are seeing her as just a constant thread of attempted success and failure, It's really nothing else there. Hopes are that someday my prince will come, that some professional in the industry is going to pick them up and save them. Someone will eventually see the amazing qualities that they have, the amazing things that they're capable of, and that they will pick them up and do something really cool with them and resurrect this bad perception. Here we have, recent, near outcome, far outcome. Right now, this is reverberating through Hollywood, and it's reverberating through the halls of whatever castle they're living in right now. Oh, Yorkshire Red, how I love thee. Over here, we have Five of Cups, very disappointed, not being able to see the benefits, the amazing things that were in her wake. Back is turned on these full cups, staring at the imbalance of lost things. So I think we're going to continue with that emotional irregulation. I think she's going to continue to be upset, continue to be baffled at why no one likes her, continue to be baffled at why their brand is not soaring. They really shouldn't have ever been a brand. It should have just been a royal, figurehead. I'm sorry, royal figureheads. But let's see how Harry is feeling today. How is Harry feeling today? Six of Swords. He wants out of there. He can't leave. This was in my reading yesterday too. or yesterday, last week, I'm sorry. This was in my reading as well. We've got that death card in reverse. We've got the 9 of Swords there. Hangman. Oh, Harry, look at you, my man. So there is a comparison of the past emotional regulation that he had. There was a time in the past where he was much more settled and he was much more in touch with reality of emotion, the reality of his feelings. He's now realizing that this is a bit turned up. Everything got turned up with the excitement of the relationship. All of the emotions were heightened. Everything got turned up. And now it's turned all the way down. There's a lot of negativity there. So he really does want to flee the situation. But what is stopping him is this transformation back into something else. He cannot go backwards. He has to move forward. So he has to create a new persona and a new person that he is. Going back to the Royals is not there. Death in reverse. He's having trouble realizing how much devastation he's left in his wake, how hard it's going to be to reassimilate back into his family, back into a role that is, anything other than this one and Megan's husband. He realizes this is going to be very difficult. Under the surface, he knows that he's not a producer. We have our Page of Wands here, and this is someone who's got really amazing ideas, who can go forward, who can kind of make something out of nothing. Think about the Page of Wands. I think I said Page of Swords, Page of Wands. Think about the Page of Wands as a Boy Scout who's trying to start a fire, being very ingenious, using tree sap, using some brush and rubbing those sticks together and creating a raging fire for life and warmth and wealth and whatnot. He's realizing that he does not have the capability of this. He is not capable of pulling those magic tricks out of his hat. So what's going to happen is, when this realization really hits home, I think then we get Harry fleeing back to the royal family. Here, the 9 of Swords, immediate future. He is just biding his time. He is going to bide his time. Now, we had this for Megan as well, but this is in the upright. He's biding his time and sitting until he can get out of there. And this is our ultimate outcome card, that 3 of Wands. He's going to need other people supporting that exit, that exodus from the marriage, which it really is an exodus. How he sees himself, he's still not seeing himself as someone who's wrong. We have the Hangman here. It is in reverse. So this is someone who's still pointing a finger outward and trying to say, you, and you did me wrong. Your actions caused this. Your actions did this to me. So he's really still stuck in that mode. Other people, 9 of Wands, they are standing back, not giving quarter at this point. And there's my little owl there. I was like, there's no owl on there. They are standing back and not allowing anyone to interfere with them. So this is our royal family really holding strong here. And then we've got this 2 of Pentacles, hopes and fears. His hopes are that he could build a new life, but the fear is more important. The fear is that he doesn't belong in this world or that world. So now he's exiled from Hollywood and celebridom, and he's exiled from the royal family. So where does he go at that point? He really needs to actually create a new lifestyle for himself. So there we go. There we go. I guess Africa's looking a lot better for them. Now, I did say the other day that I think they are considering adopting, because that would eliminate a bunch of things. I am of the opinion that if they do adopt, we are going to see that child a lot more. That's going to be the showcase child. This would be in the tradition of Madonna, Angelina Jolie, who else? Charlize Theron adopted a baby from abroad. Who else? And there's plenty of people who have done it. So I think they are going to adopt or attempt to adopt an African child. So let's see if that is in the works. And I did see that Lord Famous Fortunes has a video up today, and I didn't watch it yet, that he thinks baby number 3. They've already gotten an award promising that they wouldn't have more than one child. I believe that was what the award was given for. And then somehow it got changed to 2, because initially it was like, we're only going to have 1, but now then they magically had 2. So Queen of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Hanged Man in reverse, and that 9 of Wands. I think that the effort is going to be made. Are they going to be able to do this? I don't think so. I don't think any service or agency is going to be warm to this idea. Why not? Why would they not be warm to this idea? We're going to pull some clarifier cards. Let me spill this other deck over here, because why not? That was a little bit of sloppy shuffle for you guys. So let's do, we'll do clarifiers with the Llewellyn Classic Tarot, because I love that. And I think it goes with this deck really well. These are my little mini cards. And there's another sloppy shuffle for you. So we're going to go right to this 9 of Wands. We're going to clarify that, because that looks like we're at a stalemate. We're not going to move forward. We're not going to move backwards. Is this agencies saying, yeah, this isn't a good idea? Is it agencies saying that? Yeah, it's agencies saying, we just don't think that this is a family that we can confidently hand over a child to. We're uncertain about the finances. We're uncertain about the family life. And I think protection of the child is going to be a big issue. They're going to say, well, you know, you're so frantic about keeping your identity of your children under wraps, and your current children, your biological children. You know, how are you going to manage with this other child? We can't take this child out of a terrible situation and then plug it into what potentially could be another terrible situation, but now in a very public forum. So I think it's the agencies that are holding off on that. What about their management? What does their management think? Their management says, just hang on there. Just hang in, because your reputation is going to get better. You don't have to do something like this. This is a rash move. This is a very emotional move. We have that Strength card again, which is, again, battling between your animal instincts, and that can be emotional, and your, logical brain. I had like the hardest time swallowing since I had that flu. So there we go. So that's what I think the management teams are telling them. Just, you know, we can repair the reputation without you guys going out there and adopting, you know, a rainbow tribe in the spirit of Josephine Baker. Because I think, you know, Angelina Jolie was kind of headed in that direction with her rainbow tribe. Those of you that don't know, Josephine Baker had a bunch of kids from all different nations. She was really generous and a wonderful, wonderful mother, apparently, from what I've read. I don't know if anyone's read anything else, but she had children from all over the world that she adopted. And I think Angelina Jolie was kind of headed in that direction, but I think they maxed out at 6. You know, six is a lot of kids. And I think that we're going to start to see heading in this direction, because, you know, we didn't get any children that were obviously leaning into the genetics of Meghan's mother's family. So, you know, I think we have to do that to kind of double down on the woman of color business that she purported. So let's see. The 6 of Cups is interesting. Let's look at this Page of Cups. We'll clarify this. So the overall view is not being very happy, not having a very happy attitude. Is it their attitude? Yes. So this is, and I hope that's on the screen. This is an attempt to repair this reputation. This, you know, it's they don't have anything to produce, so they're going to try and produce a child. Like, that's really the direction that they're going to head in this. The shadow self under the surface. Oh God. The manipulation of this is going to be, I always felt not incomplete after the loss of that child. She wrote an article about this. She always felt incomplete. She's going to play on that. It's not a good idea. It's really not a good idea. We're going to see some blowback from this. So, like I said, I think they are going to attempt to do this. I think it's going to be shot down. I don't think that anyone is going to be really happy about them taking on another child. Will she go through, will they go through sketchier means to make this happen? They don't have the money to go through sketchy means. They've got a sketchy guy, like this desperation level. They've got a sketchy guy, but it's just not going to happen. I don't think this. I think we're going to hear about attempts to procure a third child, but I just don't think it's going to go through. I think we're going to get some crazy story. So, will they promote this as the inability to have biological children? That is something that they could potentially do with this Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. They potentially could use this situation as a springboard to let everyone know that they're not as much of ish bags as they really are. They could potentially kind of reveal that they're having issues now. Will they let us know that they had issues before? We're back to that loss that she had. No, I don't think that they'll start to share that information with us. So, that being said, I don't want to go too deep into this subject because I'll probably do another reading on it when more news comes out. So let's cut it there. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. It's a little bit of a crazy start over here. We've got some family stuff that's going on that we have to attend to, and as usual, I'm still catching up. I just got my tree down yesterday. This is the longest I've ever left it up. I usually take it down like the day after New Year's. So exciting stuff is afoot. But as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, donating, getting your own readings. It's really great. It's my favorite part of the day. You guys are awesome. I will see you again later.